Good evening. Check this out. Look at that. We had a volcano erupt about 6 miles from our house. That's pretty impressive, huh? Oh, maybe I made a mistake. I think it's a brush fire. Yeah, it's about 6 miles away. And the wind's blowing away from our house, so I think we'll be okay. So it's been a couple of days since I've had a chance to do a walk and talk. A couple things happened. Number one, I think I might have mentioned, is I ran out of data with my phone to be able to upload the video. It takes a lot of data to do that. And so I was right in the process. By the way, I got a haircut. Fabulous Fabian cut my hair. I think it should be probably a little bit shorter. So we're working on that. Anyways, yeah, I ran out of data and I had to wait for about 4 days. But in the meantime, I talked to my daughter about it, and she says, "Dad, all you got to do is when you're home or you're close to internet service, just switch off the Wi-Fi so that you're using the internet service right where you are, like at your house or my house. And you just upload it from your computer." And so that's what I did. The last video I had on there, I did that. So, and then Saturday we went down to Fountain Valley to spend a couple of days with my daughter, my son-in-law, and my grandkids. And while I was there, I really didn't have a chance to pull the phone out and do very much. So that's why I haven't been able to post anything, but I should be able to post this one tonight. So, what's going on? I've been kind of out of the political picture because while I'm down there, I'm playing with my grandkids. And my daughter's a member of a gym there in Irvine, a beautiful gym. I mean, it's like Olympic swimming pool, fabulous facility. But apparently on Sundays, they let you bring your kids there. So we thought, oh, that'd be nice. Let's go over there on Sunday. We can go and I'll be their guest, and Fabulous Fabian will be their guest. So we went over there and we were probably there 2 or 3 hours and just had a very nice time. The kids got to splash around in the pool, and Fabian and I just relaxed, just sat there and kind of watched them and took in the scenery. It's located in a commercial area. They're all multi-story buildings, like we're talking 10, 12 stories tall. They're all financial institutions, and it's all like new stuff, modern architecture. Very unusual place for Fabian and I to be. We're pretty much country bumpkins, and we're just not used to being around that kind of wealth. So it was kind of fun to check it out, see how the better half live. So then we got back today. And like I say, the fire was burning in the background there when we got back. And I just kind of took the afternoon off, thinking about this evening, and it's a gorgeous evening tonight. So I watched a little bit of TV, saw a few of the talking heads, and one of the people that I saw on there was a guy, I think his name is Tim Weiss. I'm not exactly sure. I'll have to look it up to make sure. This is the first I become aware of him. He's the Democratic governor of Minnesota, and he was being interviewed. Apparently he's being considered as a VP candidate with Kamala Harris. And this guy, he's impressive. Now, he does look older. He looks like he's in his 60s, and he's got a bald head like mine. Same kind of a thing. So, I was hoping we'd get somebody with some hair on their head. But this guy is so darn smart, and he's had so many accomplishments as governor, and he's just an excellent speaker on his feet. He's like Gavin Newsom, except he's older. And I'm thinking to myself, this guy is a winner. And Jake Tapper was interviewing him. And he starts naming off all these things that he's done while he's been governor. And it's just a very impressive list of things. So I'm hoping that he gets a good consideration, because I think he's a pretty dynamic guy. So there was that going, and I will, when I find more detail about that, I'll let you know. Other than that, it's pretty much the same old things. After the last 3 weeks, when we had a black swan about every 5 or 6 days, things are like quote-unquote normal. It's kind of boring. You start to expect there to be a bombshell. every couple of days. So apparently the other news is that Hezbollah launched some rockets into Israel from Lebanon and killed a bunch of children. So it looks like Israel is going to go in there and do a number on them like they did to the Palestinian people. So that war heated up, is heating up. I don't know how far it'll go, but Israel has been into Lebanon many times before, so they know their way around there. So hopefully that won't get too crazy like it has there in Palestine with all the civilians that have died. It's terrible. And then I guess Biden is going to, I don't know if he did it today or is going to do it tomorrow. He's going to make a suggestion about something, a law that we can get passed so that presidents don't have total immunity. That finding that the Supreme Court passed, he wants to get something codified into law that prevents that happening so that we don't end up with a king like Sir Donald wants to be. And let's see, what else? Oh, I started to do a little sketching, some sort of cartoonish cartoons, for lack of a better word, but large. So I think what I'm going to do is when I get kind of a good little variety of them, I'll go ahead and take pictures of them, and then I'll just, I guess, edit them into my video. And I did one today. It's political nature, of course. It's Trump, and the title of the piece of artwork is Trump Logic. It's basically him. On one leg, he has a shark consuming his leg, and on the other leg, he's hooked up to a battery where he's getting electrocuted. Because, you know, you've seen him at his rallies talking about, I'm on a boat, and it's got a big battery, and there's a boat sinking, and there's a big shark about 10 yards off the boat. What do I want? Do I want to die by electrocution or the shark? And then, so I make a cartoon about this. And maybe I'll be able to publish it on this particular video, because I got it all done today. And then I think the next one I'm going to do is he's got this fixation with Hannibal Lecter for some reason. He wants to talk about Hannibal Lecter. And then, of course, I don't know why, but they have decided that it would be a good strategy to attack Kamala Harris about her laugh. She's got this kind of a cackle of a laugh. And I started thinking about it. When's the last time you heard Donald Trump tell a joke? I mean, he's in front of all these people. He's got a huge staff. You know how, like preachers, they'll usually start their sermon with a joke just to kind of, you know, lighten up the crowd. Maybe they'll finish with a joke. It's just a very humane thing to do. You never, ever hear Trump do a joke because, number one, he can't think of anything funny himself. And then if he used somebody else's material, he'd have to give them credit for that. And he just hates to give anybody credit for anything like that. Think of all the comedians like Jimmy Kimmel, Jimmy Fallon, David Letterman. They had a staff of joke writers that helped them through their monologues. Same with Carson. There was no problem with that, but not Trump. Not only that, do you know what else Trump doesn't have besides a laugh? He doesn't have a dog. And it really, you know, if I was running against him, that's something I would harp on, because you look at those people that are cult members in his cult who are so devoted to him, you know they have dogs. You know they all got dogs, man. And I would harp on that. And whenever he wants to denigrate somebody, he always calls them a dog. That woman's a dog. They had to beat him like a dog. My vet has a sign in her office, and it says, having a dog is not a matter of life and death. It's more important than that. And until you own a dog, you can't really understand that. So I'm just saying that it's weird. The guy's never had a dog. As far as I know, he didn't have any pets when he was a kid. Just never had one when he was an adult. Biden always had dogs around. He had those shepherds. Even if they bit somebody, at least he had dogs. So Just saying. So what else is going on? You know, like I said, I haven't really had a chance to bone up on much over the weekend because I've been busy with my grandkids swinging them. They love to swing on the darn swing. So I'm a little bit behind on all the news. Maybe tomorrow night I'll be a little bit more caught up and I can give you a little more fat to chew on. So how far are we along here? We're at 10 and a half minutes. Okay. When that's all there is, that's all there is. So I will try to, when I get back home, I'll see if I can't upload that drawing into the video, see if that'll work out so it would be right at the end of the video. And then maybe next time I'll go ahead and I don't know if I could start with it. There's probably a way to do that, to put it in the beginning. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Good night.